All right. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on, everybody? This is Twin Flames Unite, and we are at it again. And if you don't know by now, I'm Chris.
And I'm Lisha.
What up? What's going on, everybody? You know, we are here to provide you with practical solutions that you can apply easily, naturally, and automatically
in your everyday life, so you can step into your unlimited potential and
rise to the highest version of yourself. All right. Now, if you are new to this channel, we want to thank you all for subscribing. We see that we got some new subscribers coming in. We appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
But if you are new to this channel and you haven't subscribed, please first hit that like button, give us that thumbs up, then hit that subscribe, and then share as many of the videos as you can. All right.
There you go.
Awesome. Now, this evening, what's going on, everybody? How y'all been? What's up, Joanne? Good.
What's up?
Good evening. Getting the formalities out of the way.
Do some house cleaning.
Oh, yeah.
Get some sage going too low.
Not with that. That is not sage.
I mean, that's not the lighter. It is not the lighter.
No.
Gosh, that is really weird. Why did I pick that up? Okay.
Put it on there so it don't burn nothing.
Yeah.
All right. What's up, Honeydew? In the building. What's going on, everybody? All right. So this evening, we are going to be talking about intimacy this evening and the power of intimacy. Okay.
Yes.
Now, there are some things that are misconstrued. How you say that? Misconstrued. There you go. What's up, Miss Fire?
Oh, Miss Fire.
Yes. What's up? Yeah, there are some things that have been misconstrued, right?
Yes.
As far as when it comes to intimacy.
Mm-hmm.
And since we are twin flames, and when it comes to intimacy, who knows it best, even if I can't say it?
That's not the focus. We're not going to focus on how to pronounce it.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, but who knows it best? Because when it comes to intimacy, I think we got that on lock.
We have no problems, like zero problems when it comes to intimacy. In our relationship, it has never been a problem. Ever, never.
Yeah, it's like never land over here.
Yeah, never. So yeah, I think we could talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
We could probably give some pointers, some advice when it comes to intimacy, because in the Western world, there is a lot of taboo around intimacy. Talking about it, it's like a hush hush, giggle, very kind of like immature, right? When it comes to intimacy. So we just want to talk about it.
Yep.
So if there are any kids and stuff like that, you might, I don't know. Hey,
yeah, this may not be for the kids.
This might not be a topic for the children.
Yeah, so we're gonna give y'all a second to, if you do have any kids around, just go ahead and put them to the side. In the meantime, if you have any questions or anything, please drop it in the chat.
Yeah.
And just to let you all know that we are currently working on a new series of videos that we're going to do.
Yeah.
Because we have been diving quite deep into quite a few things. Everything from the Western Hemisphere to the Eastern Hemisphere, and even a little bit up into the Northern Hemisphere.
Right.
Yeah.
We've been really studying the occult, which is hidden, right? Studying a lot of the occult.
Oh, you said occult.
No, I shouldn't say
No.
hidden information.
A lot of hidden
information that is purposely hidden from humanity, so to speak. But we've been diving into it. All of the things that we're not supposed to know, we've been knowing, finding out, even getting downloads.
Yes.
And then going off of the hunch and getting that download confirmed, whether it be through a lecture or a book or whatever. The same day it gets confirmed.
Yes.
Which is a beautiful thing. So it's coming from within. Right? When you get a download that day and you get a confirmation that same day, sometimes even in minutes, right? So it's some good stuff, some good energies that is coming in right now. A lot of feminine energy that's coming in, a lot of feminine energy that is being awakened right now on the planet. Some of which could feel very intense, but it's an awakening that's happening. So just get in the flow. Don't let it drown you. Just get in the flow.
Right. All right. Now, this evening, hopefully by now you've had an opportunity to get the little ones out the room, and we're gonna talk some grown stuff today.
Grown people stuff, and don't be shy if you got questions. Put it in the chat. Don't be shy.
Yeah, put it in the chat. Put it in the chat.
Yeah, and tonight we're gonna prepare you. We're gonna be reading, guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
We do have some, because we're gonna help y'all out, because it's a lot of powerful information in books.
Yeah.
If you hadn't learned that by now, I don't know what to tell you. But you can learn so much, because yes, you can go within and you can get a lot of the information. But sometimes when you go through and you read books, even though you may read it and you get understanding of it, but then your spirit kicks in, and then you get an understanding and an overstanding of the subject.
And then you hear the ancestors go, "That's right, my child."
There you go. All right. So boom. So now this is so today, one of the books that we're going to be looking at is this one. Okay.
All right. Don't be shy. Don't be shy.
All right.
See y'all. I can hear y'all giggling now.
You hear the giggles coming in. The Multiorgasmic Couple. Okay. This is an awesome book. If you can get it on Kindle, or you can just go to one of your local bookstores, if any are still open, and purchase the book, or either purchase it on Amazon. Right. So yeah, you can get this book in a multiple different formats. But this book right here, we're going to be diving into quite a few sections of it.
Right.
And we're going to be very careful, because some of the sections in this book may be too graphic for YouTube, and we're not trying to get this taken down right now.
We don't want to get shut down. So we're just going to cipher through, and we're going to read some stuff. We've actually been thinking, because we have a lot of books in PDF form, and we were thinking of putting it on the website to allow our Royal Twin Flames to have access to these PDF. It's in the work, something that we've been thinking about, because some of these books are expensive.
Yep.
And we already have it, so why not share the wealth, right?
Yes.
So just something that we're thinking about.
Yes, and Honeydew, you may have got Honeydew. Did we give you that that PDF of that one?
Right, because we did do a class on what was it, tantric?
Tantric sex.
Sex. We did a webinar.
Sexual alchemy.
Sexual alchemy. That's it. We did a webinar, and it's on the website. It's available for our Royal Twin Flames at no additional cost, and that is a really good webinar. Really, really good webinar.
Real good. All right. So boom. All right. So once again, we are going to be. Oh, you found it. Okay.
Good.
Oh, what does that one say?
Joanne said, "Are you gonna put it up there before I start reading, or you gonna wait till I?" Okay.
Go ahead. Is it gonna come up?
All right. Okay. So she said, "One day I was laying in my room playing with myself, and it felt great. And the next day, my twin called, say that he needs me. It happened. Wow, loving on yourself, and that's one of the things that we're gonna touch on. We're gonna touch on. Wow, see words, play on words. So we're gonna touch on that and how important that is to love yourself, because one part in this book really said that if you're not able to love yourself, then you're not going to be able to do it for someone else. And if you don't know where your spots are located, it's gonna you're letting someone do the job for you.
Right.
So it's better when you know what's going on with your own self. Get familiar with yourself, right?
Yep.
So yeah, that's kind of what we're gonna get into.
Yes. Oh yeah, I bet it was beautiful.
Yes, I'm pretty sure it was. I mean, this is all about exploring. Everything about us is divine, and everything about us is beautiful. We were really taught some really mis and disinformation about ourselves, to be ashamed of ourselves, to be ashamed of this and ashamed of that. That is the Western way of really knowing things, which is not always correct.
Right. And speaking of that, we're once again in this particular book, we're going to jump around on a few things. And actually, if you all would like for us to go through and break down each chapter of this book,
Yeah, we can.
drop a comment in the chat, or once this video is uploaded and everybody is watching it, if you all would like for us to go through and break this book down, like chapter by chapter, drop it in the comment, let us know, and we'll be more than happy to go into it.
Yeah, we'll make a series out of it.
Whole series. All right. So boom. So we're gonna jump into the first part, and actually this just goes back to what you were just saying a moment ago, is about how some of this information was lost.
Yeah.
As far as what it is actually for. Okay. So let's bring it up. We're gonna talk about the loss of sexual wisdom.
Right.
All right.
But we already touched about the first part. You guys can see here, physical health, emotional intimacy, and spiritual growth. Okay. Now, when you get this book draws on thousands of years of sexual knowledge. So it's not a fly-by-night book, okay? And it shows couples how sexual energy can be used to cultivate all other aspects of their relationship, including their physical health, physical health, emotional intimacy, and even spiritual growth. In the modern world, we have torn ourselves apart. We have separated our genitals from the rest of our body and our body from our spirit. So it's all together.
It's all together.
Okay. In this book, we show couples how to put the pieces together again for a level of health, intimacy, and spiritual union that many may never have known was possible. So if you're having trouble or problems in your relationship, more than likely it has something to do with the intimacy, or lack thereof.
Right.
I want to say 80% of the time it has to do with intimacy. Okay?
All right.
So we're going to get into the loss of sexual wisdom. Where did we lose our way?
Yeah, we lost our way somehow.
Okay. Where did society lose their way with their sexual wisdom? So it says here, in the modern world, we have lost most of our sexual wisdom. We live in a time of great sexual freedom, but also great sexual confusion. That's the key word right there. Sexuality is everywhere used to
to titillate.
Thank you, baby. To titillate us, but there remains an enormous amount of shame. See, that's the thing, the taboo. Many readers may feel embarrassed about simply picking up a book on sexuality, like this one, Multiple Orgasms, no less, in the bookstore. This is understandable since most of our churches, synagogues, mosques and temples view sex through a narrow lens of fear, and moralism. So they really try to shut that down. Most of us are left feeling profoundly anxious, if not downright ashamed of our sexual needs and desires. Okay. Even people with healthy attitudes towards sex still find it difficult to talk with their partner about what they want sexually. We may have little problem telling our partners where to rub our shoulders. Okay. But most of us are much more reticent to tell our partner where to rub our privates. A major part of our overcoming the shame that restricts our sexuality is learning that it is natural and discovering a more holistic and healthier view of human sexuality. So we got to get comfortable with this topic.
Yeah, we got to get comfortable with it because it's a beautiful thing. It has so many benefits, and a little bit more in the video, we're going to talk about how this is the fountain of youth. Sex is the fountain of youth.
Keeps you young.
Okay, we're going to touch on that in a little bit later. But yeah, we got to get past this taboo. It's like not talking about it.
Right. Especially with your partner. Not being shy to say what you prefer, what you don't like, or just getting to know yourself so that you can explain yourself to your partner.
Yes.
Instead of maybe going outside of the relationship, things like that. We're going to talk about sex is about health. Okay, because there's a lot of health benefits towards having sex. And we're not saying to just go out there and just wham bam, thank you ma'am to everyone. Okay, not that at all. That. Because another part of sex is that it means sexual exchange of energy. So you're exchanging energy. So you want to be very mindful of the type of energies that you're taking on because some can be toxic.
Yes.
Okay, that's where discernment comes in.
Mm-hmm.
Sex is about health.
Yes.
The Taoists were doctors and were concerned with the body's overall well-being as much as with its sexual pleasure. For the Taoists then and now, sex is about health, not so much morality. The Taoists deeply investigated the healing power of love making. In addition to giving their patient pills, Taoist doctors would often prescribe making love in various, not one, in various positions to help cure different illnesses.
Yeah.
Did y'all know that?
You ever wonder why after sex you feel better? You may even have a cold.
Right.
You like
or a headache.
Oh,
right?
gosh.
I know that was an old saying, like, "Oh, not tonight. I have a headache." You know, that was a really old thing.
Like that is your cure.
Right. That is the cure to actually help with the headache.
Mm-hmm.
Help to, you know, if you're stressed out, really helps to kind of like calm you down.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. And actually, just to back up a little bit, because once again, we are kind of jumping around this particular book this evening. But just to let you know that this is a practice that was, I can't even say that it originated, but the majority of the information comes from the Taoist traditions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if you're not familiar with the Taoists or anything of that nature, it's not the same as Buddhists and things of that nature. It's a totally different thing. But if you look into the history of Taoism, you will find out that sex was everything to them.
Mm-hmm.
It was everything.
Yeah.
Okay, it wasn't just for, you know, just getting off.
Right.
You're talking about complete holistic
mm-hmm.
pleasure as far as on the physical, the spiritual, and the mental.
Right.
Okay, and there's so much science behind that, but we're gonna get into it in just a minute. But let's just finish the other part of this before we get into the next part.
Yeah, loads of science behind it. Like
yes.
When you even think about it, how did we get here?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we say that we're spiritual beings, right? Having a human experience. So the one thing that got us here, how can that be not spiritual?
It is super spiritual.
Okay.
Even if you're doing it by yourself. Yes, I said it. Even if you're doing it by yourself, you are being spiritual. Right. Who would have thought it?
They're teaching us these things, you know, mm-hmm. teaching us not to love ourselves. And this is a part of loving ourselves, right? Mm-hmm. Getting to know ourselves.
Yep.
Now, sexual harmony and love for a lifetime.
Finish the other part.
Oh, you want to do that one? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought I did already. No?
No.
All right.
That's the other part of it.
All right. So Taoist sexuality, or as we call it in this book, healing love. Began healing love. Yes, I like that. Healing love. Began as an important branch of Chinese medicine, and an active sex life was understood to be an essential part of health and longevity. Look at that, right?
Yep.
In studies of older adults, modern medicine has recently confirmed that sex is in fact vital for our long-term health. Look at that. Long-term health. Okay, guys? Among the early Taoists, sex was a serious science to be studied and understood like any other branch of medicine. Mm-hmm. In this way, the Taoists were like proto-sexologists, early masters and Johnsons, you might say. Just as we study nutrition to prepare healthy food and study cooking to prepare delicious food, one was expected to study sexuality to make it both healthful and enjoyable. Look at that. So they took this stuff very seriously, just like how we would cook our food. We want new recipes, you know, mm-hmm. tired of eating the same food. They figured out different ways, mm-hmm. right, to make it enjoyable.
Yes. So this is another part of your spirituality. This should be fun, okay? This should be enjoyable.
Right.
You should want to talk about this because this actually helps in your ascension process, believe it or not.
Right. Mm-hmm. And the next one says sexual harmony and love for a lifetime, okay? The Taoists saw sexual harmony as essential for marital satisfaction. Indeed, this was one of the prime motivations in the development of the bedroom arts. They knew, like any modern-day couples therapist, if there are problems in the bedroom, the whole relationship suffers. Sexual harmony, however, is not always easy to achieve. Partners often have very different sexual needs, while not all women or all men are identical. It was understood that women's sexual arousal and sexual response often differ dramatically from men's.
Yep.
And, I think sometimes that could be an issue.
Yeah.
The Taoists refer to these differences as a result of male and female sexual energy.
Yep.
Okay, the energy is a little different.
Yep.
Which they call the yin. There you go. The yin and the yang, the masculine and the feminine energies. Okay, it says here we will explain to couples how these energies influence our sexuality and how to use this understanding to satisfy both partners' needs. So there is a way to really learn how to work with your internal energies to really get the most out of your sexual experience. Okay?
Yes. So, now there's one part in this book that kind of wanted to brush over real quickly, because we understand that the majority of the audience, or at least the subscribers that are on this channel, are majority women. Okay? It means that you can give birth to a child, or have the ability to give birth to a child.
Well, now these days, we don't know. I mean,
hey, if you were born with those features originally, you are a woman. Okay.
Okay. I'm not even going to respond.
Okay.
I'm just going to
keep it
leave
there.
that alone.
All right. But one thing that we wanted to mention just real briefly, for ladies, if you didn't know this, here's a bomb for you right here. It's bomb.com. Is that men can have orgasms too. You're like, men have orgasms.
They already know they can have orgasms.
Look, there's a difference between ejaculating, i.e. coming, and having an orgasm. Okay? So just like women have a full body orgasm, well, you just twitching. Oh, you don't know which. Oh, that tight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Men could do that too.
Yes.
Multiple times.
Yeah. And I think that's
yeah.
I'm saying this jokingly, but that's the saving grace for our relationship.
Right. It helps a lot. Yeah. It does. I mean, listen, this is a great discovery, guys.
Yeah. So just out of pure curiosity, how many of you on this live right now knew that men can have multiple orgasms, not just ejaculate, that they can have multiple orgasms? If you already knew that, drop a 1 in the chat.
Put a 1 in the chat.
If you didn't know, drop a 2.
Put a 2 if you didn't know. If you think that when a man ejaculates, if that's the same as just having an orgasm, or that's the only time that he can have an orgasm is through ejaculation, go ahead. Oh, 2, so somebody didn't know.
Okay.
Look at that.
Yes.
Look at that.
Yes. There is a technique called semen retention. And it takes some practice. There are some exercises that the male has to do with strengthening his PC muscle, which is a muscle that's right in between the scrotum and the anus. So if they learn how to control their semen, just not letting it go, what happens is, as a result, they can have full body orgasms. And it can actually get to a point, and I'm quoting this from Bobby Hemmett, that you can actually, a man can enjoy having orgasms so much that he won't want to ejaculate anymore.
He won't need to. It won't be really a necessity unless you're trying to have a baby.
That's the only reason why you need to have a baby. That's part of the reason why now we've been together 4 years and no baby.
No baby. Like, listen, this is a record breaking.
Okay.
Record breaking. So this stuff is good, and it's good for the men. It's also good for the women. And not only does this teach you control in that area, domino effects into other areas of your life as far as control. Because if you can control that aspect, right, any other aspects in your life that you can control.
Yes.
Right? It's mental, because sex is in the mind. It's mental, right?
Yeah, it's, you know what, Honeydew, you're so spot on with that, because
that's a good analogy right there. That's definitely a good point.
I wish you were telling a lie, Honeydew.
She not.
But you're not lying. And this is something like if I strongly believe that if more men actually put forth the effort in learning how to retain their semen and learn how to be a multi-orgasmic man, they would enjoy having orgasms over ejaculations. They would be pissed that they are ejaculating.
And nobody didn't tell them about this a long time ago.
Yeah. Because I would say this because once again, we all grown. I hope y'all got the kids out the room.
Right.
But on the times when I'm orgasming, sometimes my baby can't touch me.
Yeah, it's like
she touched me. It's like, oh, God, no, stop. Just hold. Give me a second.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like really intense, guys.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we have steps.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys want to get this book for your partner, you guys can read the book together.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Because it shows you how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
There is step-by-step instructions on how you can get this accomplished. And there is step-by-step instructions for the women. And there is step-by-step instructions for the men. Mm-hmm. So it's just a matter of if you want to do it. And like Honeydew said, a lot of men, their minds are not open enough to even begin to try it, which is sad. Mm-hmm. Because this is the fountain of youth right here.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And these are examples in the book. I mean, we could show them, but we don't know about YouTube and how they'll take to this these diagrams, right?
Yeah.
So we just gonna read it to you. You guys could probably try to use your imagination.
Mm-hmm. All right. So this next part that we're going to go through and read is also the fact that women can have multiple orgasms.
Well, I think that's a more popular term, right? Mm-hmm. I think this is more heard of for the women than the men, right? Because I'm pretty sure the women here are used to having multiple orgasms, right? So if you guys are used to having multiple orgasms, or if you're familiar with it for the women, go ahead and put a 1 in the chat.
Yeah, definitely put that down. Because once again, we're grown, we open.
Just grown, open.
So if you are having multiple orgasms on a regular basis, drop a 1 in the chat. If you're not, drop a 2. Depending on if we get more 1s than 2s, then we'll dive into.
All right, Miss Fire. I know that. See, her name is Miss Fire.
I mean, it's in the name.
It's in the name.
Okay.
Transmutation of energy.
Okay. But for those who, actually, let's do this. If you all would like for us to go in a little bit more about the multi-orgasmic woman and some steps in becoming more multi-orgasmic. And right now we're talking about solo. We're not even talking about with a partner.
Right. You can do this right. You don't need someone. We got Nimra. I know that's real. See, I told you it's more popular for the women than the men, but we can both do this.
Yes. All right. So it looks like we got that basis covered.
All right, Honeydew.
We got that basis covered. Look, I don't know how we're going to get the word out to the men.
We don't know how.
That orgasms are better than ejaculation.
I don't know how we're going
to Maybe I should make a t-shirt or something.
I don't know. We're going to have to figure this out to help the men out there.
If y'all got some ideas on how we can get more men on this, please drop it in the chat, drop a comment or something so we can get this out.
Right. Y'all, they need to be multi-orgasmic, just like women.
Yep.
Okay. Now we're gonna go into what do multi-orgasmic women do differently.
Right? That is something. Let's talk about that a little bit.
What do we do that's different? Okay. And it says here, this same study took an in-depth look at what characteristics differentiate those women who are multi-orgasmic from those who are singly orgasmic. Number 1. I believe somebody just mentioned, I think it was Joanne, self-pleasure.
Yes.
Okay? This has a lot of taboo around it. Oh, you're not supposed to do this. All this type of stuff. This is not true.
No.
Self-pleasure, multi-orgasmic women are more likely to masturbate and to have been orgasmic at an earlier age. While this could be attributed to some greater innate sexual drive, it is more likely that these women grew up in an environment that was more open to sexual exploration, or were simply lucky enough to stumble on orgasms early in their life. One multi orgasmic woman we interviewed for this book developed a great fondness for the bathtub facet as a child after her first orgasmic experience there. She never refused taking a bath after that. Ooh, she figured it out at an early age. Okay. These early experiences of orgasms condition our body to become accustomed to having orgasms. Though we can't go back and change our childhood experiences, we certainly can now begin having more orgasms, which will condition our body to do so again and again. Okay, the body works by habit. We don't think a whole lot about driving when we've been behind the wheel of a car, or about brushing our teeth when we are getting ready for bed. Any pattern behavior is the same. Okay, whatever is in the subconscious, that's what we're going to run off of. Pretty much that's what it's saying. Okay, so getting to know yourself is very healthy. It's nothing wrong with getting to know yourself.
Getting to know you. Getting to know all about you.
Yourself. Getting to know about yourself. All right. The next one they have down here is know your pleasure spots. So these women, they know their pleasure spots. It's not a guessing for them. They know exactly where it is. Okay. Multi-orgasmic women are more sexually explorative. This doesn't mean that multi-orgasmic women need to be interested in sex toys or bondage. So it's none of that type of what they call it, SOS stuff. That's not necessary.
Yes.
It simply means that they have explored or allowed their partner to explore their sexual landscape. They know the places on their body that makes them swoon and that makes them sing.
Yes.
As you do the exercises in this book and discover your pleasure spots, you will know how to pleasure yourself and how to help your partner pleasure you.
Yes.
Right? It makes it a lot easier.
Yes.
The next one is to stimulate. They stimulate themselves physically and mentally. So not just physically, but mentally. Because again, this stuff starts in the mind. Multi-orgasmic women stimulate their clitoris during sex or have their partner do so. Since the clitoris is a key sexual organ for most women, it is absolutely vital that we stimulate it ourselves or have our partner stimulate it when we are trying to orgasm. So that's just a key component right there.
Yes.
All right. They're not shy to ask for what they want.
No. You got to do this. You got to ask for what you want.
Yeah. They're not afraid. They're not bashful. Not afraid to ask for what they want.
Right.
Okay. So those are some of the traits of a multi-orgasmic woman.
Right. Yeah. So I see some of y'all did it as since you used to do it more as a teenager.
Yeah, because you know the hormones, they're going. You're young. You're exploring. You want to know. Oh wow, what happened here? Like know, that's when most people would start out. It's teenagers.
Yeah, and the thing for men, and I think this is part of the reason why most men are not so open to the whole multi-orgasmic thing, is that because when the men were teenagers, we masturbated as well, right?
Probably more than women.
Yeah,
because I guess it was more taboo for the women than the men.
Right, but see, at a certain point for a young male, when he gets to the point where his semen starts to produce, and then after a while, he's sitting there, he doing whatever with it, he doing what he do, but then all of a sudden he's like, oh. Like it comes out
accidentally,
and then this rush of endorphins just come out, and they think that's the end all be all.
Right, that's all there is to it, and let's go.
Right, and so that's where the mix up, I guess, comes in for the men, and I want to say it's a little bit of a handicap because if that wasn't the case, then I believe that we would all be multi-orgasmic individuals.
Right.
And I think there would have been a hell of a lot less wars.
Right. Maybe they should have some sort of education around their bodies.
Yes.
And take the shame and the guilt away from it to get them to really understand what's happening, what's going on, and why, how it really functions, instead of kind of letting them accidentally learn stuff the wrong way.
Hold on, Honeydew.
Wow, I found the magic early. I cannot. However, no partner has been able to claim the
Excalibur.
Oh my God!
They can't pull the sword out of the stone.
They can't do it. You know what? Hey, we hopefully, like Honeydew said earlier, the men are shy and really exploring and learning. Hopefully, this changes with the new energies that is coming in, right? Hopefully, they change.
Yes,
and then they want to learn and they want to really cultivate self-love. That will help the women out a lot.
Yes.
All right. So this is beautiful.
Yeah, so you want to touch on this part?
Yes, this one is important, guys.
Okay.
Very, very important. This is called Cultivating Self-Love.
Yes.
Okay, so in order for any of this stuff to work properly, you have to have cultivated self-love. Otherwise, it's really not going to work. If you don't have self-love, this is what takes us into the phase of not being multi-orgasmic. Because the only thing that you're wanting to do is to please your partner. While there's nothing wrong with pleasing your partner, the lack of self-love would just automatically and naturally, you just not want to. You don't care if you enjoy yourself. You only care what your partner wants. It is supposed to be like
both ways.
Both ways. It's an exchange of energy. That's why they call it sex. Yes. It's an exchange of energy. It's supposed to flow both ways. Okay. Now, cultivating self-love. The Taoist said, and many psychologists today agree, that we can't really love others until we can love ourselves. But what exactly does it mean to cultivate self-love, and why is it important for a healthy sex life? First, it should be pointed out that self-love is quite different from egotism and narcissism. They are not the same thing, guys. They are not, let's highlight that, not the same thing. It is simply the feeling of love and acceptance of oneself.
Let me put that in a different color.
Put that in a different color. Put that in a
different color.
Thank you.
I'm going to put that in
blue. Okay? It is essential for a healthy sex life and love life, because without self-love, it is impossible to be a loving partner. Because
put that in blue
too.
Put
that in something. Put that in a color. Because if you don't have something, you cannot give it to someone else. Okay? If someone comes to you and they want $1 million and you only got $10, there is no way you can give that person $1 million. Okay?
No. Yeah. So you have to. We're going to read it one more time.
One more time.
It is essential for a healthy sex life and love life, because without self-love, it is impossible to be a loving partner. Okay?
That is key.
So this goes back to what we've been talking about for the longest, which is cultivating self-love for you. Because you, like my baby just said, you cannot give someone something that you don't have.
It is vital to love yourself. If you're struggling with self-love, if you've been traumatized as far as loving yourself, the best thing for you to do is to work on loving yourself before you enter into any type of relationship, because that relationship is not going to be fulfilled. You're not going to feel fulfilled in that relationship without self-love. And again, they're not talking about egotism now.
No.
They're not talking about being a narcissist. This is really accepting yourself fully for who and what you are. Okay? Having compassion for oneself is essential for having compassion for our partner and for others in life. Again, compassion, same as love. If you don't have compassion for yourself, you're not going to have compassion for those around you or your partner. Okay? And they got to exercise in here.
Yeah, so there are plenty of exercises in this book. I'm not going to click on it right now because I think that one has some images that we can't share right now.
Won't be able to.
And it's not because we're afraid to talk about it. It's just because we're not trying to get a strike on YouTube.
Right.
Okay.
We really don't know what's going on, what levels they're at. But
All right.
it says here, real quick, the intimacy of sex can bring up our greatest insecurities about ourselves. Okay. Many of
Yes.
us worry about our body and about our attractiveness to our partner. Our body is not perfect, but we assume it should be beyond our own lover. We really see other bodies that are not airbrushed by the advertising industry. We hold ourselves up to standards that are truly unrealistic and unhelpful to our own self acceptance. Those who regularly see different people naked, like physicians or massage therapists, know that there are really no perfect bodies and that everybody has its own beauty. And that is really, really important, guys, because sometimes this little aspect right here can hinder us from really loving ourselves. Okay, that whole judgment thing, and feeling insecure and feeling like we're not good enough, and again, sex is in the mind.
Yes.
It's in the mind. So if you have those things in your mind about yourself, it's really going to prevent you from exploring, like, or becoming a multi-orgasmic person. You gotta love yourself.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Very, very vital.
Now, one of the things in this book, because you may be thinking, like, why are we talking so much about all of this stuff and the importance of sex and the importance of loving yourself and things of that nature? Because in this book, which we are not going to go into today, we may save it for another time, but we've touched on this in our webinar, Sexual Alchemy, right? And when you learn to cultivate this sexual energy, you can use this for multiple things, which we're going to get into in a moment, which is that you can use it to improve your health.
Yes.
You can use it to increase your mental stability, and you can also use it to manifest things.
And it works.
Okay? Just like you manifest a kid.
It works. Yeah, that's a whole manifestation. That's a whole human.
That's one of the ultimate creations.
That's an ultimate creation. So if you can manifest a kid, you can manifest anything.
Yes. Did you want to talk about how you manifest this up? Go let them know, baby. Let them know.
How I manifested something.
Yep.
Let me show y'all how I manifested something.
Because we don't just talk about it. We be about it. Okay?
We be about it.
But yes, you can use the sexual energy to manifest. Okay?
Find what I manifested.
And this should be one of the recent photos, right? Okay, yeah. No, not that one. Well, probably that one.
Yeah. I don't know. And now we got choices.
We got options now. Okay?
So this is what we did. We manifested a new car. Yes, it's very small, whatever, but we still manifested it.
Yep.
Okay. Literally, we did the visualization technique. We did the sexual alchemy, and boom, no problem.
Just sign and drive.
Just sign and drive, like
so. Boom, the new is like the proof is in the pudding.
Hold on, let me tell you. Originally, right, I had to pay $199 to have it shipped from Florida to Birmingham, right? And it was going to be available in 2 weeks, whatever. Okay, so I gave it 2 weeks. I did it on the what was it, on the 2nd? No, it was before the 2nd. This is in October.
Yeah, it was in October. Yeah.
And coming close to the 2 weeks, I called just to check to see, where is it in transition. And the guy was like, oh my God, they hadn't shipped it yet. I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm sitting here, I already got insurance and everything, and you hadn't shipped the damn car. But I was nice about it, learning that you get more bees with honey. So he was like, you know what? Let me make this right. How about this? How about I'm going to go ahead and put in a transfer now, and I'll refund you your $199. I was like, oh my God, you're going to refund me the $199? And he said, yes, I'll go ahead and get that refund, and don't worry about it. As soon as the car arrives, we'll give you a call. You can pick it up. And so that's what we did. As soon as it got here, just over the weekend, we went and we picked it up. Now we got a different one, and this one is even a better one. This is a 2020.
It's a 2020.
2020 Rogue Nissan. And so we're driving this one until they finish detailing the other one. And I'm just thinking we're just going to go with that one instead.
We may manifest.
We may, who knows.
For the switch.
But the whole thing is, we did the visualization technique. We used the energies and everything like that with the manifestation. And we created something.
Yes. And look, these are actually the results of what we have been doing webinars on for the past
what is it, 2 months?
We did it. Yeah, we did it for almost 2 months. The last webinar we did, it was almost 2 months that we did. And a lot of things that were in those books that we provided to those who attended the webinar, and for our Royal Twin Flames on the website, those books have a lot of the techniques to really change your world.
Yeah, and you did it too, baby, with your contract. That you got a new contract.
Man, I'm getting contracts after contracts right now.
Yeah.
That's why we're like super busy. That's why we really haven't been on YouTube as much, because productivity is
going up.
Is going up. But we're saying this to say is that you are not limited to what you see in front of you.
No.
Okay? And we're going to go into it a little bit more. We're going to touch on a few more points on this book. But we just want to encourage you to know that you can change your reality.
Yeah.
You can become the person that you want to be.
That's right.
You just have to put the excuses out of the way. And don't worry about anything that's taboo. Hell, if anything, if somebody's telling you to not do it, you need to do it.
Right, and you need to wonder why they're not doing it. What's wrong with you? And look at them. Do they look happy?
Right.
Do they look relaxed? You know, are they fulfilled? Like, you know, try to take advice from individuals who are actually doing the things that you aspire to do, right? Or be in a place where you aspire to be, things of that nature, right?
Right.
Just a small tip.
We're just gonna give y'all a tip.
We got jokes tonight. Y'all don't mind us. Oh, please do not take us that serious.
Hold on, that's one other point, and I thought I put a bookmark in this, but let me see if I can find it.
There was a really good point in there that we wanted to talk about. But y'all could definitely, I encourage everyone here on this live tonight to get this book.
Yes.
Get the book, read it, go through it, you know, do the exercises, and see how, see how well it's going to do for you. I think it's going to do very well for you. I know Honeydew already got the book.
Oh, here we go.
So, yes, The Fountain of Youth. This is a good one.
Yes. All right. So we got one other point that we were talking about before, about how sex is actually the fountain of youth.
Yes.
Okay? Because if you know what, there are some women and some men that, but mostly the women, that you can make yourself look almost 10 times, maybe somewhere between 10 to 30 years younger than what you actually are. I guess that's why my baby looks like she's 14.
I'm having a very healthy, I have a healthy life, healthy lifestyle, and this is true. Now let me tell you why it's true. Okay, I was single for a long time. I want to say I stayed abstinent for about a year. I didn't do anything. I didn't partake in anything. I did eat healthy, do my diet, my cleanses and stuff like that. But I got to tell you, I was miserable. And I was very, should I say this word? I was witchy. Trying to use proper words here.
Yeah, witchy.
I was very witchy. No, that's not even up. No.
Maybe hangry.
No, not hangry. Because that's when you're hungry.
Yeah, I don't know. But let's just say irritated.
Irritated. There you go.
Irritated.
That's a better word than bitchy. Okay, irritated.
Mm-hmm.
So I was always irritated and I was always on edge, right? It's like I wanted to I was really snappy. And then when I got with my baby, and when the bubble love phase, it is like, I mean, listen,
It still lingers, so
it's crazy, but the bubble love phase was crazy though.
Yeah, it was wild.
Listen, people would look at us and they'd be like, "You're glowing.
Mm-hmm.
What is that glow?" And I'll just be walking and I'll be smiling for no reason. I'm just happy. I'm saying hi to people I don't even know. I'm asking people, "How was your day?" I don't know this person.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the whole, and then my face was flushed. There was a major difference.
Yes.
Major. I had more energy. It was just it's a difference, and this is experience. You can tell from your own experience.
Yep.
Okay.
Just like Joanne was talking about, people. Hold on, let me bring it back up.
And you do, your age, it starts to reverse.
Mm-hmm.
It goes back. You literally see it. It starts going back.
Yes.
So they talk about the fountain of youth. According to the Taoists, it is essential for us to feel the arousal of our sexual energy in orgasm as often as possible.
Ideally, every day.
These people are not playing around. They are not playing around. They said every day.
Every day.
Just like how you eat food and stuff every day.
We're gonna make that one.
Every day.
Every day.
As should be obvious by now, for men, the Taoists were talking about orgasms without ejaculation. Mm-hmm. So again, there is a difference. We're not telling the men to go and make themselves tired now, because that's you losing a lot of nutrition, life force. Okay, but the orgasms, yes, every day. During arousals and orgasm, our body releases sexual hormones that, for the Taoists, are literally like fountain of youth. Modern medical research is also discovering the enormous, they didn't say little bit, the enormous health benefits that sex and orgasm can offer. So guys, this is studies, like they've been studying this stuff for some time. And we actually do it. So we telling you it works.
Yeah.
Okay. In one recent study, breast cancer survivors who experienced orgasms through lovemaking or self-pleasuring recovered more quickly than those who did not. Perhaps the most startling research suggests that sex, and especially orgasm, may even prolong our lives. The British Medical Journal reported that the more orgasms men in their study had, the less likely they were to die. Wow.
Yeah.
So this is research.
Yep.
From years of studying this stuff. This is what they've uncovered. I mean, I've seen it in my own life, but I mean, they have studies to actually prove this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So someone had asked earlier if you can use if you can get healing from sexual energy, and here it goes.
Yep. Sexual
energy healing. Okay. So it is a thing.
Yes.
All right, guys. This is they just use it so loosely and just talk about it so loosely, but it's a lot of benefits to it.
Yeah, a lot of benefits.
A lot of benefits.
So, yes. So, if nobody has said this to you before, Chris and Alicia gonna tell you. We want you to be aroused every day.
Every day.
You need to be sexually aroused every day.
Every day, like you brush your teeth in the morning.
Every time I see my baby walk away, I get aroused.
You see?
All right.
Man, listen, we won't be twin flames if we don't come and tell you about this stuff.
No, we wouldn't.
We tell you about the conspiracies of the world. Mm-hmm. We tell you about the rituals that they're doing in the world. We also will tell you about your sexual energy. Yes. We'll tell you about your relationships. We'll tell you about manifestation and visualization. We'll do some card readings. We'll do everything, right? That is going to allow you to be the better version of yourself.
Yes. And just once again, just to make sure, for those who may have come in late or anything of that nature, this is the book that we would definitely recommend that you all go and get. And if you would like for us to do a full breakdown, or even go through and read each chapter and just break down everything as we go, drop a comment in the chat, or drop it in the comments on the video after everything is posted to let us know if you would like for us to go further into this book and just break down things and actually share some information on how it has helped our lives.
Right. And listen, we can give the examples.
Yep.
Okay. If you want us to go in and provide examples, if you're not able to get the book and you want us to go and break down the how-tos, we can do a video and we can break down the how-tos for the men and also for the women.
Right.
Okay. We don't have a problem doing that.
We do not. All right. So boom. So that's the information we wanted to share with you all this evening, just to let you know that the power of intimacy, okay? And it can change your whole body. As you can see in what we just read recently, is that it actually helped a woman recover quicker from her breast cancer.
That's right.
Okay? Once again, if you're feeling ill, the Taoist doctors say go have some sex.
Not just with anybody now.
Not just with
anybody. Don't just go out there and just no. Okay.
Yeah.
Discernment.
Yeah. So if you're having a headache and you don't have a partner, hey, go have a few orgasms
by yourself. You can do this thing by yourself also.
Yes. And so for that, now there's some other things that go into it as far as circulating the sexual energy, because you can use that energy. We touched on it in the sexual alchemy webinar that we did a few months back. But you have to learn how to cultivate that energy and move it around, because one of the side effects of it is that if you don't know how to maneuver it around, a lot of times it gets stuck in your head and you have headaches.
Right.
You have to learn how to smile it down. A technique in that book,
and store it in what is it, in the sacral
chakra.
Store it in the sacral. You can store unlimited energy in the sacral. This book actually tells you how to do that.
Yep.
But if you want us to break it down, we can break it down and let you know how to cultivate that energy, how to store it, where to store it, and also how to use that energy, because it's energy. It doesn't die. It's energy.
Yes. And if you all would like to know how to manifest with that sexual energy, if you're serious, because once again, you can do this if you're in a relationship, you can do this when you're not in a relationship. But if you want to know how to use that sexual energy to manifest your desires, drop a comment and let us know.
We'll
drop a comment below.
Just drop it down below. We'll go
after this video.
That'll be our next video.
Yep.
How to manifest with that sexual energy.
All right. And so without further ado, did you want to pull the card for the collective?
I did. Look, I pulled this card, and this one is actually the one. Okay? That's the dragon. All right?
Dragon energy.
Ace. That's an ace. So that means new beginnings, guys. New beginnings. And I want to just touch base very quickly on some conspiracy, because we won't be Twin Flames United if we don't talk about some conspiracy.
Right.
All right. I want to tell you guys a little something that I broke down, speaking about beginnings, right? New beginnings. I discovered something about this this young man called Travis Scott. I was just
gotta talk about it.
Gotta talk about it real quick. Just a little conspiracy for my conspiracy heads.
Yep. So if you're one about conspiracy heads, drop a one in the chat.
Right. And this is about new beginnings also. So you just have to know what season we're in, so that you don't get washed up with the wind. Okay.
Right.
New beginnings. 222 signifies new beginnings. It's building. Right. And we know that we're in 2021, so next year is going to be about building 2022, okay? And our powers that be, they know about this new building and this new stuff that they're ushering in, right?
Right.
So I realized something that took place with that Travis Scott thingamajiggy. I knew it was a ritual, right? I didn't have to really know details to know that it was a ritual. I just took one look at his at the picture, and I knew it was a ritual.
Yep.
But something had me nudging to find out what's this ritual about? And so I realized that if you look at the Travis Scott picture to the front of his little portal, it's in the shape of a volcano.
Mm-hmm.
It's a volcano, and he had fire spitting out of the volcano, right? And so I realized that they had a 9-year-old boy that died. Don't ask me what a 9-year-old is doing at this damn concert, but there was a 9-year-old boy that died, right? And he was the 9th person that they announced that was dead.
Mm-hmm.
Travis Scott started his show at 9 p.m.
Mm.
So you see, you have a lot of nines there, right? When you think of 9, it's the highest number. It doesn't go any higher than 9. If you want more, you have to add more to the 9, right? And that's also another ritualistic number, 9.
Right.
You know, it's the highest one.
Mm-hmm.
Then they were saying that this young lady died.
Mm-hmm.
She was 22 years old.
22.
And she died. And her name was Bahashti something. It's an Indian name. But you guys can look it up to see who she is, right? And something said, look up the meaning of her name. And I said, okay, let me look up the meaning of her name just to see what it means. Her name means pool and water.
Pool and water.
Pool and water. That's the meaning of her name. Plenty of water. River deity, river goddess, a goddess that facilitates new beginning, building a community, right? And I was like, what the hell is going on here? Then I realized that putting 2 and 2 together, that they were doing a sacrifice for this volcano.
La Palma.
In La Palma that won't stop erupting. 40 days and 40 nights, like Jesus. It's going. It's just going.
Mm-hmm.
Because, back in the day, they used to throw people in the volcano to give as a sacrifice so that the volcano can chill out.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. This is what I'm thinking. This is what it looks like to me. Very ritualistic. They were going around and they were injecting people with needles.
Who knows what?
We don't know what they were injecting these people with, but they were injecting them with something. They were falling out. And Mr. Travis Scott did not look bothered at all. They were in the crowd telling him, listen, this guy died 5 songs ago. You still up there singing. And he told them, he was like, y'all know what y'all signed up for? Mm-hmm. And I can't help but to think that, the minds of the masses and where they're at right now. Think about it, right? If somebody names their show Dystopia. They named their show Dystopia. At some point in time, common sense got to kick in that maybe that's not where I need to be.
Like, I want to go to Utopia.
I want to go to Utopia, not dystopia. Dystopia is an illusion of suffering. Mm-hmm. So you're going someplace to suffer in an illusion that's created for you. That's where you're going, dystopia.
Right.
Okay, and then he called it astral world. So you're going into the astros suffering, and then he also said that I'll see you on the other side. Like, those are all signs that that's not someplace I need to be unless I'm tired of being on planet Earth and I'm trying to transition. Then I could understand, you don't want to be here anymore. So then let me go to Travis Scott so he can take me over on the other side.
Right.
But ladies and gentlemen, this was a very big ritual. Okay. Yes. And I really believe that was a ritual to that volcano.
Yep.
The elites, they have this one thing that they always say and they always do for years. They sacrifice the few for the many. That's one of their golden rules, the few for the many, right? And so we'll see. We'll see if the tsunami still, if it's...
Because that was the major thing. If you weren't aware of what was going on with La Palma, okay, which is that if the volcano did enough damage, it would cause a portion of the island to fall into the sea. Now, just imagine when you drop a rock in the water, it causes a ripple, right? So just imagine dropping half of the island in the ocean,
the Atlantic Ocean.
You're going to get a huge wave that's going to go out and hit whatever land is next to it, which is, East Coast. Okay? So this ritual was done in order to, it was an attempt to stop that from happening, which, you know what, this is really kind of messed up because, like, no, we don't want anybody to die at the concert, but no, we don't want the whole East Coast to be taken out. But
listen, these people, they're gonna get they're gonna get their souls how they get their souls, and whatever excuse they gotta use to do it, they're gonna do it. But I'm just saying, for our family out there, okay, when these people spell things out for you that clearly, please listen. If you have family members and stuff like that who might be still sheeple, you know, because it's so many people were there, and I'm like, did they not see the headlines? Did he not say where you were going to be going? He told you. And that's one of the things they tell you. They have to tell you for their little ritual to work. They must tell you, otherwise it's not going to work. So you got to pay attention to these things, man. Pay attention to what they're doing. There is no way in the world I'm going to anything called dystopia. I can't. How? It's in the name. Right. You know, the end shall be the beginning. He said it. You know, this is it, like Michael Jackson. So just know that was a whole ritual, guys. Yes. The few for the many type of ideology that they do. And just keep a lookout, because that girl was 22 years old, you know, 22. We're heading into 2022, and they're planning on rebuilding. We don't know what the hell they're going to be rebuilding, but they're going to be rebuilding in 2022, because 222 is a number for building. Yep. That's our mailbox number, by the way. 222. Yeah. 222. Yeah. So yeah, just pay attention, guys. These 2022. Listen, y'all thought 2020 was bad.
You thought 2021 was bad.
You thought 2021 was bad. 2022 about to show y'all. But you know what? You can position yourself in such a way, right, that for you it'll be like watching a movie. It'll be surreal. It's already surreal. Shoot, I think I'm about to come off of Facebook. I went on Facebook today, and then I seen this lady on stage peeing on a man. I'm like, what the hell is this shit? Why is she peeing on a man in a concert on stage? And she's performing, and she pulled her pants down. Everybody's seeing her butt, right? And she pees on the man's face. He was laying down on stage, and the man was excited, and he was happy when she peed on his face. And it wasn't a little bit of pee. It was a lot of pee. Okay. And everybody's cheering. I'm just saying, guys, we get ready to see some stuff that you've never seen before. But know that you can position yourself in such a way that you will not be affected by what is taking place. You will just be watching a movie. And please don't submerge yourself into this metaverse, okay? Because you need to be paying attention to nature to see what nature is doing. Right. Okay, you got to be paying attention to the animals, to the birds, to the dogs, so that you could know what the hell is about to happen next. Because if you're submerged into this metaverse, then you're not going to be paying attention. You won't be able to use your discernment if you're in another world, which is we already in a world within a world. So this is a world within a world within a world.
It's crazy. It's just crazy.
So just be mindful and know that you can utilize your energies, guys. That's what we're trying to tell you this whole time. You can utilize your energy, your own energy, to create your own reality.
Yep. That's what we're trying to do.
Trying to tell you.
Trying to tell y'all. I don't know how much clearer we can make this, but hey.
Yeah. Do your own thing. Let the powers that be do what they do, you know. But
they ain't got nothing to do with you.
They ain't got nothing to do with you. That's none of your business. Okay? You could create your own world like they're creating their own world. Okay? Your energies are balanced. Okay? And you can create that type of world that you would wish to live in. It is very possible.
Right. All right.
All right.
So without further ado, y'all, we love y'all.
We love you guys.
So much. We want to thank all of y'all for tuning in. And if you haven't already, put a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And we will see y'all next time.
Not on the other side.
Not going to see you on the other side. Okay? If anything, we're going to see you on higher levels.
Right.
All right? We love y'all.
We love you guys. Peace
Peace out.